Every woman has the right to ask for a person or a man or a relationship that supports their goals and their dreams. Men's jobs are to support their women and to give their women the flexibility to feel comfortable that they can make decisions and those decisions do not affect their household income. A man makes 1,500 sperm cells every second. In 1 second, the man has made 1,500 sperm cells. In one day, a man makes 129,800,000 sperm cells in one day. You, as a woman, you make 2 eggs in 1 month. He makes 129,800,000 sperm cells to your 2 eggs. His desire to want to have sex with more than one woman is outside of your control and outside of what you personally can do. Most times, you can screw a guy every day. You can give him all the sex he wants. And if he sees another woman with a big butt, he's going to have the desire to want to screw that woman. Has nothing to do with you. Has nothing to do with what you did wrong or what you did right. All it had to do is just the natural desire for most men. Now, are there men out there that will be faithful, that have eyes for one woman and one woman only? It's very possible. I don't know every single man, so I can't speak in general terms. But what I can say is most men have sexual desires that are much more higher. And again, I use the word desire. I'm not saying that women don't have sexual desires too, but I'm saying most men have sexual desires that are much more higher than what the average woman can possibly provide for him. So therefore, most men find themselves in a position where they want to be with other women too. And that's what destroys relationships, right? Because you said something and I like here. You said, if you are in a relationship with a guy, you have a family, you're going to put that into consideration before you ruin your family. Unfortunately, a lot of women in the United States or in the Western country don't think the way you think. A lot of women end their relationships because the men cheat. 72% of divorces that are filed by women. And out of those 72% of the divorces that are filed, 67% of that number is because the man cheated, is due to infidelity. So women are saying, because you had sex with somebody else, we're going to destroy our marriage. We're going to say the marriage is done. And guess who suffers? The children suffer. Before you came on, I read a statistic here. I said, the issue that we're experiencing in today's world is the fact that the most dangerous person in today's world is a young man who is broke and who's alone. You look at school shootings in the United States, you look at all the mass murderers that are happening, you look at the things that are happening around the world, most of these are happening because of young men who are broke and have no one to love them. These men grow up under single parent households. They get to be with either mom or dad, right? And they get to be raised by either mom or dad because something happened along the way in a relationship. Back to what we talked about in the beginning. Remember, I said it's all about planning. You can't go into a situation without really knowing what you're going to deal with. So a lot of people, they get into these relationships. They find out that the guy wants to have sex outside of just them. They get disappointed. They leave the relationship. And the only person that suffers is the child. Now you have a dangerous young man who is probably going to commit some dangerous crimes in society. Or you have a young woman who is lost, who ends up getting pregnant, who ends up having other children while she is a single parent herself. And now her future children become single parents too. So it's a much deeper thought process than just you and I having a conversation and saying you should be willing to come up with 5 reasons why you find a guy attractive or fall in love with the guy and get married. This is not just what the conversation is about. This is for you to understand that your decisions that you make now affect not just you, but it affects the children you're going to have. You know, the things that you do now, have fun. I'm not saying don't have fun, but also remember that your decisions now don't become a response or come out and show fruit 5 years later. Everything you do today is not going to show you the signs now. What's going to happen is whatever decisions you make now, 5 years from now, you're going to reap the rewards from it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think you have a very good very good head on your shoulders. I think you're going to be very happy as long as you make the decision to be happy. I think you have to also be very careful with expecting a man to make you happy, expecting a man to make you laugh. If you want a man to make you laugh, go hire a clown. You know, I'm serious. Get a clown who's going to make you laugh all day. He puts his red nose on and he's performing tricks and you can laugh as much as you want and you're going to be very happy. But he's not going to do anything else, right? So you have to go back to the drawing board and ask yourself, what is it that I really want? I think it's important for you to want the guy to support you. It's also important for you to reassess your viewpoint on his desire to have sex with other women. I'm not saying accept it. I'm not saying say, okay, whoever I deal with, let him go screw as many women as he wants. I'm not saying to say that. What I'm saying is you're already a person who believes that you're willing to give a second chance. So instead of it thinking of it as a second chance, how about you let the guy have his freedom? If he's going to take care of you and make sure that you and your family is protected, you're safe, you have everything you need. If he needs to go bust a nut, let the man bust a nut. Let him bust a nut in peace. It doesn't bother you. You are not going to know about it. You don't see him. He's not going to tell you when he's screwing whoever he's screwing. So what does it matter to you? He can come home, he's done, and he washes himself before he gets home, and you won't even have a freaking clue that he did that. Why does it matter? Right? Why should you care about him telling you first so you think you can quote unquote fix the problem that you can't? I mean, if you could fix it, then you could maybe fix how much cum that comes out of his mind, right? You can control the amount of semen his brain makes. You can't do that. So let him bust a nut. Make sense? Okay. So yeah, this is a great call. I want to be able to share your IG. We have a lot of eyes that watch our videos. So I think this is going to be a good one. We're going to have a lot of people who will be willing to get to know you. Guys, if you want to DM Elisa, I think you definitely get to know her, and she's a great one. See, I believe her IG is SIRAAATA. How do you pronounce that?
Sirata.
So her IG is Sirata. Folks, check her out on IG. Elisa, you've been amazing. Thanks for this.
Thank you.